guys, it's day 3 and now we are in Odemplong, yeah. And the vibes here, according to Stephanie, she said that it's very bangsa feeling where you have a lot of different Asian cuisines, more Asians over here, and the food is actually quite, I would say, the building structures and everything seems better, less old, and don't know how to say. Maybe you can see this part of the video. Yeah. So now we are at Stockholm Brunch Club, and can have a look at the surrounding. So this is the surrounding of it. It's a very chill place, and now we are waiting for our food. So the food has arrived, and the phone gets to eat first. One thing I like about Stockholm, right? They don't force you to order 2 servings or whatnot. Like when we just ordered 1 serving, right? They automatically gave us an extra plate for sharing. Unlike other countries, I know in Europe, I know that sometimes because of the tourists, so they want to capitalize a little bit or what, and it's fairer for them, lah, more fair for them in the sense that if 5 people come in, only 1 order, then it's not too good. But in Stockholm here, so far there is no such rules, law, and that's one thing that I really like. We can just share because the portions are quite big. So let's eat first, and then I'll show you guys around Odemplong. Let's go. So we have now had our breakfast, and then let you all see the autumn. Damn. So this is actually Odemplong. Maybe more trees, more residential locations. Even you have people just finished jogging, and you have a lot of school kids earlier. So yeah, let's go. Let's explore more about this location. I think one thing why this location may be nicer in a sense is because of its pedestrian. The road is much wider compared to previous days when we were walking around in the tourist location. Here seems to be more residents as well. Even there, you can see there's a park. Very nice. So I would say the road here is generally very wide, inclusive of the pathway that we are walking now. So it's very nice. Strolling around. So the weather now is actually quite chilly, around 8 degrees Celsius, and we are actually finding sunlight for us to keep warm, stay warm. And they don't do basketball court here, they do futsal. Yes. And just from my observation, because we've been to a few parks in Stockholm, they are always doing maintenance for their park whenever it's winter time or autumn. They always revamp it. In few areas we have already noticed, so I think it's one very good action in a sense where they really focus more on well-being, I suppose. Most of our parks in Malaysia, it's really just once you build, then that's all, until the community come in to maybe do some revamps, maintenance or whatnot. But then they are doing a massive one over here. Not too sure if it's a coincidence or what, but yeah. This is their very residential area. Literally near to zero tourists over here. So everyone is kind of shocked that why is there an Asian here? Look like local maybe. Okay guys, now we are in Slusen. So yesterday we were at the ferry side. Today we are in the metro side. And then right here it's connecting us to Södermalm. My guesstimation, Södermalm means south because Norram is north so Södermalm should be south of island or something. And then right in front of us will be an elevator, which is one of the attraction as well. So we are now on the elevator, the lift, and very nice, very cool. You can see the full view. It's very windy up here. Actually, everything here is just so slow paced, and this is a tourist attraction, right? There is literally no one sitting outside, like there is no one here. So you can see how few tourists are there, I think, in Stockholm, especially tourists from other contingents. I think Europe, yes, they do have, but especially Asia, I think it's quite minimal to begin with. And wow, the wind is very, very cold. Whew. Let y'all see again. Very nice. Actually, I'm lost of words, to be honest. The view, actually, from different perspective, it's really mesmerizing. And there's one fella here who is afraid of height but wanted to come. So after a very long walk at Södermalm, I think it's less connected, to be honest, compared to the northern side and east and west. South seems a bit less connected, so it's more walking in a sense. And yeah, we have reached. Again, the sea view, just now we were over there, the bridge there. So now we are going to Fotografiska Museum. Okay, so let's go. So we have just finished visiting the Fotografiska Museum, and then we are now at their bistro, which is like a must-go location because of this. It's really, really very nice. And it's a tourist location, tourist attraction, but the amount of people here is very little. So you can definitely enjoy your privacy and overseeing the sea. It's really nice. So calm. Okay guys, now we have walked around 12 minutes. It's very difficult to walk from the museum over here. It's around, even though 12 minutes seems easy, but the roads are very rocky and a lot of people. The pathway are smaller here in Södermalm, so it's quite difficult to walk, and it's slightly older compared to the old town Gamla Stan. Here it's older, and I believe they are revamping over here. Okay, and one thing that I like is, even though this is a slope, they tried their best to even fit in shops, and it makes it very photogenic in a sense that you can literally people watch around here. You can people watch around here and head down the stairs, and then when you go up here, then will be Monteluswagen, which is like the very iconic place to oversee Stockholm again. So let's get on to it. Let's go. All these rocky roads makes it not easy to walk, especially if your shoes has not much insole, not thick enough. Small balcony, French balcony. Europeans really do enjoy, just chilling, and I really like it. Okay, so I think, from the video everything may seem similar, but I think it's because here it's slightly higher. So the mom is slightly higher, so we get to see the view that is nicer as well. Okay, this is the view, and it's a very narrow path that just stretches along the seaside. And one thing about Europe countries, right, I like the fact that they can preserve their cultural buildings. At the same time, if you want to build a very canggih, a very modern building, they can do it as well. So overall, it's very nice here. But if you ask me, is it really worth to purposely come over to see this? I think not really, because it's not as friendly to walk compared to at Gamlaston. Everything is just very walkable with metros and etc. Here, not so much. It's really a lot of walking. So this is something to take note. So we found a quite private residential park. So all of these, right, including those landed houses over there, and these apartments are overseeing this view every day. So just imagine, it's literally quite stress-free lah. Yeah, and it's really quiet, very private, very nice. So rather than just staying down there earlier where a lot of tourists are just walking around, I prefer sitting over here. It's very nice. I would say the view is rather same. It's just that, like I keep repeating, it's really different perspective that you're looking at things. So some of them, like for example this part where on the first 2 days we are at the church Rita Holman. This is facing west, so later I'll try to catch the sunset here, but if I would want to catch the sunrise, I'll be over the other side at Gamlaston. So yeah, so that's all for Södermalm, I guess. So we'll take a break and then we'll visit other locations. Let's go. Hey guys, today is day 4 in Stockholm. Okay, things are getting a bit similar. So we purposely went to a non-tourist location. It's literally no tourists who come here. It's literally very far off, very residential area. So, but everything is quite similar. But then the further you are from the capital, the lesser the floors, the stories that you have. Like for example, there's only 4 stories here. And those are the apartments, all apartments surrounding the community park where you have a lot of kids playing around. So like we purposely came over to just have a look at how things are. And then one thing that we noticed is the food really didn't have any much of a markup, right? The food is, I saw a burger stall, okay, just right around the corner. It's like 140 grams of meat is selling for around 50 ringgit burger, and definitely with set. So I think the price is hovering around there, around 50 ringgit ish.
Same as around the capital.
Yeah, it's almost the same. Just of course capital will be more expensive lah, but anyhow it's still very affordable to begin with. Nice. And then we saw this. Okay, basically it's in Swedish. So from what I see, this is like one bedder, around 23 to 30 square meters, which is around 300 square feet lah. 230 to 300 square feet. The budget is around 2.8 million. Okay, and then for 2-bedder, which is this, it's around 450 square feet and below, it's going for 3.3 million to 4.2 million. And which means if you were to translate back to ringgit Malaysia, right, for the 1-bedder, near to 3 million is going for around 1.4 to 1.5 million ringgit, which is quite far away considering that it's not really near city centre. It's easily around 10 stations away from the city centre. yeah, so that's one thing that we noted. And then for the two-bedder, which is around 4.2 million kronas, it will be around, how much 4.2, around 2 million plus ringgit. Yeah, so the pricing is slightly cheaper, but then it's definitely further away. So I would say the same concepts apply. The nearer you are to city center, the more expensive the property is. So after, initially I thought like Odemplong or that area around there, right, it's very residential, but then the properties there definitely is more expensive because you look at the cars, you look at the food over there, everything is a little bit mixture of maybe some tourists go to areas, some cafe, maybe just assume it as like Mont Kiara, right, something like Mont Kiara, that kind of feeling. But over here, it's definitely no one will come here. We came here basically just because of the peaceful sea view, and of course to really understand about the residential locations in Sweden, Stockholm. Oh yeah, this is the location that we are at, Fred's Hall. Okay, so we are now at another park, right, which is literally just across the road. This is a bigger one. So if you were to see here, okay, you see like it's an empty spot, right? But I believe during summertime, this is the place for them to shower. Okay, and this is actually a pool, right? So it is actually a legit pool, but because it's autumn, maybe they drain the water off already. So it's very rare to see that there is a public swimming pool, So this is one of the things that I think is about well-being, basically. Hey guys, today is day 6, I think. Day 6 in Sweden. Okay, it's our last full day. And yesterday it was raining the whole day, so we didn't really went out to a lot of places. And today, the last day, we will be heading over to Östermalm, which is their rich man's area. So we'll check out that location over there. And the weather kind of drastically dropped. It previously was hovering around 10 to 15-ish. And ever since Saturday, which is a few days ago, it went to as low as 6 to 5, sometimes even lower. And the sunset was initially around 5 to 6 p.m. Now it's as early as 4 p.m. So everything just changed within a few days. So yeah, something to take note. And we are now going to Stadshagen MRT station, metro station. Sun is out. Oh yeah, I briefly searched on this condo. It's called Greenhouse Stockholm. It's a township just right opposite of MRT station. And then this township consists of 600 units. But this 600 units takes 10 years for it to be completed. Takes 10 years. So it's really very different from how the usual practice of Malaysia is. Like for Malaysia, maybe 10,000 units takes 10 years or 5 years, 6 years. But for a mere 600 units, it takes around 10 years for them to build. So it's very, very interesting. Quality. Nice. It's very cold. I think around, don't know how many degrees. 6, 7 degrees. And now we're at Östermalm, and we understand why now it's so expensive. This area, because there are a lot of branded stuffs here, very expensive. But the tax refund apparently it's quite high in Europe, but then it's not free anyway, so you have to buy. Nice. Rolex. Attack. Someone has been craving for soupy food, and this is their fish soup. Hey guys, we are back to Malaysia. Yesterday we came back at around Malaysia time 5 something, and we are extremely tired. Very tired, and we came back on the first day of Deepavali. Happy Deepavali everyone, and happy holidays for those who are not celebrating. So just to do a quick conclusion, right, about Sweden. So I think the 5 things that we concluded, like from the walking, definitely it's perfect pedestrian friendliness. About shopping malls, then it's quite scattered, but then it doesn't really apply to Sweden because Sweden, the people there, Europeans generally, they don't really shop a lot. Okay, so I would say pedestrian friendliness, yes. Commercial elements, yes, as well. Offices and banks, all of these I don't really see, to be honest. They are mainly focusing on interior designing, home appliances, and furnitures and etc. So banks wise, they are not really well known for financials to begin with. And then for greeneries, no brainer. It's literally surrounded by seas, and you have multiple parks. Like at the last day, we were in Kungstor Garden, so it's a royal park, basically King's Park, King's Garden, and I think greenery wise, it's a no-brainer. It's definitely 5 out of 5 or 6 out of 5, right? It's definitely no-brainer. And then, so roughly about the shopping mall, it's not really that relevant in Sweden, in Stockholm to begin with. So, and then you have commercial elements checked, pedestrian friendliness checked, greeneries checked, and the last one will be accessibility. So accessibility wise, right, I didn't drive in Sweden, but what I did is we took train. And then what I noticed is their metro, even the main metro lines are only 3, and it's very convenient in a sense that it's very easy to understand. Compared to KL one, yes, it's also easy to understand, but then for KL we have more stations compared to in Stockholm. So I guess, and one thing I like about the accessibility, it includes ferry as well. So like for a lot of countries, if we were to take a ferry, it's mostly private tours or you have to pay an extra fees. But then for Sweden, it's included inside their normal public transport. So I think that's one thing that I really like. I don't need to pay extra to enjoy taking a ferry. But one regret that we didn't took was the heritage tram, which was not functioning during the winter season. Yeah, so that was one little regret lah. But then for few things that we didn't like will be the public toilet. It's very clean, don't get me wrong, it's very clean. It's just that it's very limited. It's okay to pay, like there are few malls that you need to pay, some of them that you don't need to pay. But it's not like when you are in Malaysia, when you enter a washroom, you have few rooms or few cubicles for you to use. For them, it's mainly when you enter, it's only one. So yeah, so that's it. So the queue may be there if you are you're quite urgent. So that's one thing about Sweden. And for those who are a bit more conservative or more not used to, it's a unisex toilet. So basically guys and women get to share the same toilet, but not all of them, it's just some of them. Oh, and one more thing, it's their life there, it's rather, not to say slow pace, they are a very well-mannered country. They queue up, they treat tourists very good, very well. Like we have encountered few Swedish who like literally just came to our table and asked, where are you guys from, because they saw us eating Swedish food. Even one old uncle, because some may say, oh, the younger generations definitely will be better. No, actually one very old uncle from Sweden, not from Stockholm, he came and asked, he said like, hey, I saw this is a very traditional Swedish food and you guys are eating it. Can I know which country are you from? And he basically we did a small chit chat, and I really like how Stockholm is. It's one of the very underrated countries to travel. And then I think that basically sums up this walk series of going to Stockholm. It's a rather rush one because we booked the tickets 10 days ago, 10 days before we really travel. And I really like this trip a lot. Just the, it's 17 hours inclusive of layover. So this is something that we have to note. And with that, thank you so much for watching this episode. It's a rather different one compared to walking around Malaysia. This time we walk around internationally. So thank you so much for watching this episode. Do like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And I hope this acts as a tour guide, a guide as well for you to travel in Stockholm. Cheers, bye.